I guess I should take my jacket off and make myself.
So do we start with singing happy birthday, or do we?
Oh wow!
Or do we end with it?
Or do we ruin the do we ruin the show with happy birthday?
I
would
would
take
take
from the bar. Kind of like right on the edge.
We're on.
Yep.
We're live.
Live. We made it
Kicking
on.
it live.
A little late today, but
Yeah, sorry about that. That's on me. So if I'm not turning us off in the middle,
RG
I just want to point out.
He made sure to get us.
Look where the mouse defaults to.
end live video.
So I have to.
I thought they had the protection thing on there.
Like,
Let's
Get that out of there
now.
I thought they had the protection thing on there now.
Oh, where it comes up.
Oh, where it
Are you
says,
sure
"Do
you
you
want
mean to do that?" Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm taking any chances.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah,
It's
let's
not
not test
They
this
didn't
thing.
have it long enough that
we
I'm
can test that next week.
I'm not going to mess it up. We're at Miss Baby Meats, and we're in downtown Valparaiso, and the sun
it's out.
is semi-out still.
Yeah.
There's a few clouds out there. We
Making
broke the
this stuff
40 barrier for the first time in a few days.
Someday it's going to be warm again. And we'll
I
start getting
hear
some of those
like
outside places.
70 by Friday, and
But
then
then and down again.
falling off it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Monday we had
everything.
snow on the ground.
We're all
That was
gonna get
supposed to be the
pneumonia.
first day of my golf league.
It is like an inch of snow. It was
We
good.
had
that was
crazy.
crazy.
We pushed it back a couple
Yeah.
days. Yeah, I was shocked. I woke up and looked out the window and
Yep.
almost just went back to bed and said, like the groundhog, I'm just going back in my hole.
Just look outside. Nope.
And
No,
then, by the afternoon, spring was just all about snow had completely melted.
It was still
Hey,
cold.
really? No, it was still
Too
cold.
cold.
I didn't.
It was still cold.
I never got over the fact there was snow on the ground to start today.
He like blocked and he couldn't
Oh,
No,
decide.
no, because when I looked out this morning and there wasn't snow, I'm like, when did that happen?
Yeah, where did it go?
It never got above 35. How did the snow go away?
I looked out the window this morning and I was like, okay, well, it's a start.
At least
There's
it's not
snow
white.
today. Right, there's no
Right.
snow today.
So, hey, somebody got pizza.
Ooh,
Did somebody order pizza in our little group?
I wish.
No.
It was great. Did somebody order it for
Did
us?
you order? Is that like a prank? Will you like that prank?
We
If
do
you want
like
to pull
that.
that on us in the
They
future.
have you have to pay for
This
it
has
online though.
anchovies.
Pay it online.
I don't.
I'll leave.
They said they have all anchovies on.
I actually had a friend in college that forced himself to learn to like anchovies because people were stealing his pizza too much. He'd order pizza, and as long as you ordered it with anchovies, nobody wanted it.
That's good. It's better than licking it.
Yeah, well,
That would
you'd be
good.
surprised how many people don't care.
In college, after
In
Yeah,
college, you got pizza,
two
they're
o'clock in the
hungry,
morning, yeah,
they don't care.
Yeah.
Ants, licking, whatever. Yeah, so that's. I actually had anchovies on purpose not too long ago.
I
don't
like
think
it.
I've-
They're
I like
super,
it.
like,
It's
They're salty, aren't they?
They're super omega-3
They're salty.
concentrated.
I don't think I've ever actually had
Don't try to make them sound good.
No,
It's not a
it-
bad
that's what I
taste.
said.
Yeah, it's not a bad taste. It's just
Okay,
like
great to
salty.
Alden Brown
Except for
from
the
the
bad
Discovery
taste.
No, there
from
is
the
no
Food
bad
Channel.
taste.
I've
Because
never tried it.
he was talking about all
Have you
the
had
things
like
you can
Caesar
do with them.
dressing before? Like,
Yeah.
Like make like
traditional Caesar dressing.
in anchovy instead of tuna salad.
It's Caesar in a bottle.
with avocado.
Wait, no.
Super healthy.
I'm
So we're here, and
here.
Yeah.
it's Isaac's birthday.
And it's Isaac's birthday.
Birthday boy.
You
That's
are
right.
We're gonna
a-
spank him later in the show. And,
I have no idea. What's April? Do you know what your sign is?
Oh,
You'd be
I was
Aries,
trying to figure
right?
out what I'm an Aries.
Yeah,
An Aries.
that's early April's Aries.
Classic Aries.
I'm the Ram.
As am I. I'm late March, you're early April.
Yeah, this makes sense. This makes sense. We're go-getters. We're bold. We're
I'm a
courageous.
Leo.
You're
Oh,
Leo.
Leo.
That's it, yeah.
I'm an Aquarius.
Aquarius.
Same as Abraham Lincoln.
Go figure.
Those are the songs today.
Yeah. My sister's Aquarius. My wife's Leo. But yeah, my dad is also Aries. He's the 13th of April.
I like him already.
Yeah.
He's fantastic.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
This week,
what's happening
Yeah,
this
what's
week?
going on this week?
well,
Are you gonna do like a 1 minute of a 1 minute?
What's
Do
up,
1
Jenny
minute of a
Craig
1
Brown? Thank
Hey,
you for
did Jenny?
joining us.
Okay. I invited her to join us here one night.
Sure.
And, love to have
Oh,
her
yeah.
join us and talk about what she does with Valpo Life and
The
what she does
goings
with
on.
us. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
They're helpful to our cause, if you will, getting the word out about what we do and helping to recap these little shows for people. So,
yep.
what do you have, by the way?
This right here is Ridge Road.
Oh, I just got a howler of that in my trunk.
Did you?
Yeah.
Really?
I was gonna get a glass
good?
of it. Yeah. I'm gonna-
They're out of the caramel apple
Oh,
cider.
no.
They finally ran it
What will
out.
you
They
do?
finally- I don't. Well,
The Ida Red's not
What
bad.
is Ridge Road's
What's it-
flavor?
Yeah,
So-
what's
flavor?
give us
There's several different apples. It's a
Oh, it's
combination of
apples.
apples and So Ridge Road is
Ridge Road, the road.
Ridge Road,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So it's Highway 6
Yeah.
up north, and Ridge Road.
It's been
There's
a long
several
time.
orchards that they took from, and the honey comes from a different spot on Ridge Road, just off Ridge Road. So it's truly sourced from Ridge Road.
Interesting.
I did not know that actually.
I
Is it
was
just,
talking to
just
Clint the other
regular?
day
Is
about
it
it.
apple?
It's apples.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a solid cider. It's
It's
not.
a
It doesn't have the sweetness of the caramel apple, but without that.
right.
Sugar.
okay.
But you know,
Sugar
it's,
rush.
it's like really sweet. The honey like takes any sort of edge off of it. Like sometimes apple cider has like a little bite to it.
Yeah.
This is super smooth. Yeah. So
I got some tequila in Mexico that's like
that might have some bite to
no,
it.
it is
Oh.
super smooth. It is really good.
Yeah.
What
But
brand
anyway,
is
so
it?
he was telling me about. I was talking to Clint about it. And he goes, "Oh yeah, we got this, that." And he goes, and I go, well, hence the name Ridge Road.
That
Like everything was sourced right off of Ridge Road. So
Yeah.
Nice.
Well,
some of their names are a little more obscure. This one was pretty much straight on. So
Jenny says she couldn't make it tonight, but maybe next week. So we'd
yeah,
love to have
well,
you.
we look forward to
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
that. So I was talking to the folks at Ricochet, which is why I was late, and they were
We've
asking
been
where
up
we
there
were
a
doing
while.
the show tonight, and I
Yeah.
said, well, once we get back outside, it gives us a little more freedom to
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
some different places. So we'll
A lot of
talk
places
about
are
it.
very loud inside, and this place just has kind of a mellow vibe to it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
real nice.
Mhm.
Clint said he was going to bring the dog by. Because last time he was here, the dog
Yeah,
was
the
running
dog was,
around.
like, running around. Yeah,
it's
that was
perfect
great.
for our little show.
Oh yeah.
So we're kind of unabashed that way.
Jenny, you're more than welcome to join next week. I won't be here. I will be out.
You're going to be in
North
Are you still
Carolina.
going to be in North
I'll
Carolina?
be in North Carolina.
Hiking through the
Nice.
mountains, huh?
In my mind,
In the
I've
snow?
gone to Carolina.
I've got some family out there. I don't think I'll be doing
Charlotte, you said?
Living the James Taylor life.
As I just like quoted that one because of course I'm
Might as well.
song related today.
That's okay. It's a great song.
You
I'm
know
singing
what?
it in my head right
The,
now. Or listening to him sing.
The reason I keep hearing it is there's a golf tournament in Hilton Head, actually, so that's South Carolina. The RBC is this weekend, so they play that as promotion because they're going to be in Carolina.
And you want me to go play it?
Yeah, we want to try to go.
Hey,
It's
try.
about the Hilton Head.
I can give it a shot.
North Carolina's a longer drive than what I thought it was from end to end. We did that last spring break. You just drive.
Yep.
You start at the ocean and you end at the mountains. At Dollywood.
There you
Take
go.
the
Yeah, I'm
little
going to Hollywood. That's
like
actually why.
Pigeon Forge. I will
Yeah.
tell you, when
I'm
you
definitely
drive,
going
if
through
you
there.
ever drive through there, it is. Have you driven through?
I
it?
have. It's
Hollywood?
intense, like with everything
It's
going
like
on.
Vegas.
They have
Really?
advertisements and things.
Big giant signs, movie stuff. I mean, it's
Yeah.
very much like the Vegas Strip.
Super
Lights,
touristy.
shows.
Like,
They have
yeah.
lots of
Kind
theater
of like
stuff,
Branson, but Eastbourne.
but way more over the top.
It's
Really?
very
Yeah.
It is Dolly.
Yeah, it's
there.
Dollywood.
Like,
Dollywood's there.
It's pretty cool.
They have several different dinner
It's a
theater
country
type
themed
things.
Vegas
Yeah.
in terms of its aesthetic.
What do they have? They have gambling.
Hillbilly Vegas, they said.
Hillbilly Vegas. I've never heard that, but yeah, that's
Maybe,
one
no
point.
offense to anybody. Pretty sure that's what they said to me. But there's a giant resort there that's Margaritaville. An all-enclosed place. It's kind of a
Jimmy Buffett's got a place.
Jimmy Buffett type of a vibe to it.
Another great song. Another more music
There you
themed.
go.
This is good.
But then you go a couple miles down the road and you're in Gatlinburg,
Oh,
Yeah.
and it's a totally tourist town, but totally toned down. Like
Yeah.
no big flashing signs, lots of places to eat, lots of places to price and stuff. Yeah, so it's the Smoky Mountain experience. So
Well,
anyway,
have fun.
yeah. So have a safe trip. So enjoy it.
I appreciate that. Thank
Some
you.
But in the meantime, you
Isaac's
can
like,
share-
yep, I'm not hitting any.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
I won't be
going to
doing any of
Dollywood,
that.
not going to Gatlinburg.
I'll be stopping actually in Nashville.
I was gonna ask you to drive all the way through.
Yeah, I'm actually driving down to Nashville and going to fly out there.
Wait, fly?
Yeah, I'm going to fly the other part. I have a whole thing arranged. I have
sounds
a whole
like it.
I actually have somebody driving me back to Nashville where I'll pick back up my car. It's a whole thing.
It
Interesting.
sounds like a thing.
But then I'll be
Yeah.
staying in Nashville for a couple more days, and that's why I have this intricate
Nashville's
plan.
nice. I like Nashville.
It's a lot of fun. I
a lot
have
of building going on.
Lot
Oh
of
man, they are. We
Yeah.
just drove through there recently, and it's all kinds of stuff. Of
We
course,
went to,
the entire state of Tennessee. I think we hit 55 miles an hour once. Traffic is ridiculous.
Yeah, Nashville is
That's on
notorious for horrible traffic.
Yeah.
This
Can't
was
build
on
the
state.
roads wide enough.
from Chattanooga all the way up out past Nashville. Yeah. Those things.
Yeah,
So it's a good idea to fly.
Yeah, exactly. And get to Nashville and fly from there.
Yeah, it makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah.
And I had some air miles saved up, so it really
Nice.
yeah, it worked out pretty well. Oh yeah.
Good.
We haven't talked about a single legal thing.
Just about your itinerary.
Just about me, my birthday, the itinerary, everything I'm doing.
Right.
This is called the Isaac Show. Thank you for joining us.
Jenny wants to know about lemon laws.
Oh.
Oh.
Is it just for high-priced cars or a small-time dealer?
It has to do with the number of issues with a car, regardless of
Where you
the
like,
car.
right? I don't know. I've
But
never
if
really
it's
done a whole lot of that.
new, right?
It's
If
new.
If you buy
That's
from
what
a
it is.
used,
It's gotta
it's
be
new.
new.
It's gotta be
If you
new.
buy it from if it's a used car, that doesn't apply.
No, it's not
You
gonna apply.
essentially
Mine
just
has
buy
it.
it as is,
Right.
unless you have a contract.
Well, you can get a warranty to cover something like that, but you're not going to jump into the lemon law rules.
Right.
So
But
the
yeah,
first area of protection that you're going to get from a used car is the contract, like you
Mhm.
said. But that contract's going to say "as is," and it's going to in all caps. You'll read it
it is.
as
It will.
is, and that means you bought the vehicle.
If you read it fast, it looks like ASIT.
Ace, aces, right? But you bought it as is. If you bought it in the condition which you purchased it, you can't hold anything against them unless you get a warranty, or if you could show that they fraudulently hid something. You know, they specifically
Right.
went out of their way
Yeah.
to like put paint over something that was clearly supposed to be damaged, and they didn't tell you about it, and they said, "No, this car's never been in an accident."
They
When
messed
clearly
with
it
your
was.
diameter on you.
Yeah, they would. I mean, it has to be, which I did come across that one where they did, and the Carfax actually showed the true amount of the mileage. I went back and I sat down with that guy, and I kind of had a lecture with him, and I said, "You can't do this to people. You will
No, I'm
get.
an
It's a federal
attorney.
offense."
Yeah.
I led with
I'm
that.
just
you know,
a small town.
I'm just a small town pizza tour.
It's all perfectly legal.
But it's all perfectly legal. Well, no,
That's
not
a big
for that.
inside joke. Lindsay Camp says happy birthday.
Oh, well, thank you, Lindsay. I was just hanging
We
out
just
with her.
started talking.
We were just
You guys
talking
were
with her.
yucking it
Yeah.
up in the office.
Awesome.
I don't know if I've told all of you guys this or her today, but she's the best. She's fantastic. She helps out at the office.
That's only because she said the same thing about him. So.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She really is.
She need a birthday wish.
Yeah.
Jenny Craig says thank you. That perfectly answered her question.
Okay, good.
But there are a number. It has to be. It's not just the first time something happens to the car. It has to happen
No, it has to be-
several times, and there has to be some loss of use. And,
Yeah.
so there are some intricacies
I
to it.
don't know.
And here's the thing: car dealers probably not going to go, "Oh, we just triggered the lemon law."
Yeah.
So you're going to need to. You're going if you start to have a recurring issue, it's good to contact somebody at that point and say,
Hey,
"Where
does
are
this
these trigger
qualify?"
points?" Make sure you document everything. Keep receipts. Keep bills that say, "Here's what we fixed," and how much you were without the car. Those are all things that are going to make your case.
And But that's true with any legal situation. The
Thanks
more
for just discounting
documents
my help.
that you have.
I really felt like I was bringing something to the
add
table there.
something to what RG said. I think what RG
do that all the time.
is amazing. It's a great point. But really,
But
like, the
just
first thing that
cancel
you want to
everything.
know,
But
but
anyway, he still didn't.
I'm still going to bypass it.
no matter what it really is, the first thing that happens when something goes wrong is where's your documentation?
Yeah.
Right.
As attorneys, evidence-based is what we are thinking because that's what the court is going to be thinking. If we have to go into court, what documents do you have to prove this? If you walk in there and say, well, I think I did this or I think I did that, it's not going to go very far. But if you could lay down a piece of paper that reflects every single statement that you make, that's incredibly powerful. And that's what I tell people too. I say every claim that you make, every statement that you say is true or something that they did wrong, you want to be able to lay down a piece of paper.
Every breath you take.
Every breath you take, every move you make. Make
You
sure
need to
that
be
you
watching
record.
you.
Yeah,
we're
Watching
watching
you.
you. Yeah.
Well, and not
Jenny,
just in that
Good pause
situation.
one more time. Jenny says tomorrow's her birthday.
Oh, really? How about that?
Happy birthday tomorrow, day
Congratulations
early.
in the crowd.
We want to be the first, so we're the first.
Yeah. Oh, you're.
Gotcha.
But here's how important it is to document things and to give yourself some backup. We were just talking about this. I was in a court hearing, kind of a surprise to me, last week, and I was trying to make a point. I was trying to make a point to the court, and I was absolutely right in my point, but I didn't have a case to back it up.
yeah.
So if I would have had some proof that my point was valid beyond me just saying it, I could have.
Beyond being a good idea,
Yeah.
this has.
Even
case
though
law
lawyers
back.
like to think what they say.
Right. But
As
other
long
than,
as right.
I got
Still
the
gotta
statute
prove
on my side.
Yeah.
I've got,
Well,
number
I
of things
actually,
that
I agree.
work.
Yeah.
My
I
ego,
actually,
my
they got a long
knowledge.
way.
when I worked for a judge in Lake County, I actually reviewed a case and the attorney's paperwork that they were sent in, all their legal memorandum and everything on it. There was not one case cited. There was not one statute cited. It was all just this is. Now it was all valid. And you look at it like, yeah, that makes sense. I get where he's going, but there's no legal backing for it, so it's all just basically thrown away.
Yeah.
The American court system is based off of case precedent. We work off yeah.
It's a good thing. I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, we work off of case law that versus the civil law, which they come up with every single possible law that they could possibly think of, citing every single instance and saying this is illegal. Instead, we say, all right, we're going to make a general law and leave it up to courts to interpret that, and then we rely on the court's interpretation of that law.
Gives
And
it a little
sometimes
more-
our direct interpretation of that law as well to try to make an argument. If a court doesn't have something on it, we can cite a particular law / statute and say, this is how we are interpreting this. But it's even better if you can say, but a court has actually interpreted it this way as well in favor of what we are trying to argue. And that's how you have to argue in a court. You cite to your other courts, court precedent.
And this is how it worked for me. Was the magistrate walked out of the court that I was sitting in into another court to ask the judge, and came back with the exact same thing I was saying, but since the judge said it, it was right.
Right, and you can't say I told you so to
Right.
the judge.
And you don't want to when they're agreeing with you.
Yeah, don't do
No.
that. Exactly.
No,
Exactly.
at that point, I've learned to just shut up.
There you go.
I don't need to get credit for it. I'd like to get a little credit for it, but
It'd be nice.
I don't need to.
The win is the no.
Just as an FYI for the Lemon Law, the official rule for it is the Indiana Motor Vehicle Protection Act. So
Tyler Johnson says, "Happy birthday, Isaac."
Well, thank you, Tyler. I'm about to see Tyler. He's out in North Carolina.
what is it?
Awesome.
Yeah.
How about that?
Oh, yeah.
He's going to bring some Ridge Road and some paramutation with him.
Do I want to be?
Can you fly with that?
Can you fly with a whole bunch of alcohol?
You can check it.
Yeah, put it to your
Can I? Is that a
suitcase.
carry-on?
You can
No.
check.
It's like I got 2 carry-on.
You can buy it once you're in past security.
Right. Yeah, others you have to
But
run it through
otherwise, you
your
gotta
suitcase.
check. You gotta check it.
No.
I brought
fly.
bottles, but I don't know about growlers. But
Well,
Yeah.
bottles of
Bottles.
liquid probably aren't. You know.
No, you can fly with it.
yeah, I brought that back.
Check it.
Just
I
check it,
know.
But it's a
Yeah,
close.
just
It's
check
a
it.
close.
Oh, check it.
Yeah,
Check
check
it.
it.
Yeah.
Just check it.
Hey,
As the Beastie
$25.
Boys once said.
That's
Check
case
those up
precedent
before
right
you
there.
let those up.
Or you can just get
Citing
moonshine
Beastie Boys.
Right.
in Kentucky.
You got to fight for your
Or
right
not,
to
Tennessee.
party. See,
You can pick up. You
Beastie
can get
Boys.
Fred Darnell.
Yeah.
Speaking of Beastie Boys, that would be like in our era. Hey, Fred. Back when it was original. When Fred and I were in college together. When you guys were still in. You guys weren't even in high school
In what
when I was
year?
in college. 85?
I was born
86?
that year.
You know, all 4 of us
That
are
is
in
so
different days.
painful.
laugh in her
That is
eye.
so
I was
painful.
born that year. Wow.
Oh, my
Hey, I like
word.
to fill you in
Hey.
sometimes.
I was like in 5th
Go
grade.
sleep till Brooklyn,
Yeah.
Tyler Johnson. was
Fifth
like,
grade, 6th grade.
Isaac wasn't even born
Oh,
yet.
yeah. Shut up. Tell me about. Oh, what up? I'm reading them backwards.
I'm playing, yeah, I don't know. Like, I get
Oh,
comments
there
and I
we
don't get
go.
comments.
I didn't get a
I
pick.
believe Fred's in Florida,
I didn't
unless
get
he's
Fred.
on the road.
Yeah. Are we?
It didn't come through on mine.
Oh, here's the comments that are a little more current. So
There we go. That's
What
sleep
we
till
meant.
Brooklyn.
yeah, Tyler
Yep.
Johnson's last comment. So
Lots of comments tonight.
lots of comments.
Stay
I like
Very
it.
Good.
I like it.
So,
More than yours.
you wanted to touch on something before we like disappear.
Yeah. So I'm gonna. If any of you caught my 1-minute video,
I did, always.
and
always hang out for the credits.
The
Well,
credits
Silly
are
little
the,
extra bonus footage.
Yeah, you want to watch
Yeah.
till the end
It's
on
the
these
blooper
things.
reel.
Yep.
I mean, you won't learn about the what are they called, the Wonder Twins or whatever they are in like the Marvel movies. But when you watch the bonus features in Marvel
Oh,
movies,
yeah, they always have
sort
the
of
things at
lead
the
to
end.
the
they
next
tease the
movie.
next
They
show.
do,
Yeah,
yep.
they tease the next show.
So, but you'll get some insight as to the makeup of Isaac.
Oh, you'll pick up stuff. You'll get something. All right, guarantee. Watch to the end. But that 1-minute video was on entity creation. Basically, specifically LLCs and your top 3 concerns when dealing with an LLC. And so I've been publishing blogs that kind of coordinate with that. The first blog that I published, a few weeks ago was about if you just start doing business, you're a sole proprietor or a general partnership. Literally just transacting business. Hey, do you want to buy this? Okay, give me money. You get this. The business. I mean, it's a little bit more than that, but like if you're selling lemonade out on the stand, on the side of the road, that little girl, she started a business when she starts doing that. Or if you are a graphic designer hired as an independent contractor, you've started a business. It's called a sole proprietorship if you're by yourself, and a partnership if you're with others. But you are personally liable for that. That means if somebody were to sue you, they could get your house, your car, and your collection of Beanie Babies. Like they can
still have those?
I think I've got some in my parents' basement. So if you guys know, if anyone knows where to sell them,
just wait. That market's
coming back.
The market's coming back.
Well, that for turnips, man.
Yep.
Growing in the backyard.
Turnips.
Way back.
Wait, our video's
back
back
in like the
scrambling.
1800s or something like that. There was a
There we go. We're back.
Was that the tulips or turnips?
tulips. Turnips.
I think it was tulips. Unless turnips had their turn.
They like potatoes in Ireland.
and that's why they're called turnips.
And that's why they're called turnips. That's how this is done.
Is that
Yeah.
like apple turnovers?
Tips from the bar, educating you on American history.
And he's the only one that's drinking.
It's my birthday.
It is. You should. I'm just thinking they were all a little loopy for that.
It's that
It's the
focus
weather.
spring.
It is.
weather's
Yeah.
making
It
everyone-
might be 50 tomorrow.
This is the desperation for
Just
spring.
Yeah.
Right.
Back to your video.
Yeah,
Sure.
Toward getting us back on.
If you want to protect your Beanie Baby collection, you file for limited liability. The way that you do that is when you're in a particular state and you're transacting business, you are interacting with the residents of that state. So if you want to have limited liability and protect those personal assets, you go to the Secretary of State specifically for Indiana, and you're going to ask them, hey, I want limited liability. You can do that one of two ways. You can say, I want a limited liability company or an LLC, or you can say, I want a corporation. There are some other ways, like a limited liability partnership, but they're not very common, those other ways. So most of the time, almost every time that I work with any other business, you're falling into LLC or corporation. Once you go to the Secretary of State, for LLCs, it actually takes $50 to start an LLC in Indiana.
That's the Earl Scheib of.
Can I publish that? Can I put that on the business card?
You know who Earl Scheib
I
is.
don't, but I want to put it on
I
there.
made a super vague reference to. He was a guy that would paint cars for like $99. It was like, yeah, we'll paint your car for $99. He was like nationwide.
Can we start doing that? Or?
Yeah,
Yeah, let's do it.
You want to paint cars?
15 minutes.
Yeah.
Why not?
All right. Let's do it. Give it
I think we're doing all changes. Go for it.
Yeah, we are. We're doing oil changes in the parking lot. All right. So we're just sitting at the
Totally.
This is totally unrelated, but it's funny to hear.
Hold it. All right. This does not fall within lemon laws.
Yeah.
All right. Guy driving a red Grand Prix.
Circa 86.
Yes, it's an older one.
Those are
Our
kinda cool.
parking lot is by Wildflower and B-Dubs,
The fire station.
and the fire station. But it
But our
has
lot's like clear
Our lot's-
up. There's like
closed up,
blocks
right?
around.
it has
Oh,
cement
yeah.
blocks, that prevents you from just doing what they did, which was come flying down the alley between Wildflower and Main and Lincoln and B-Dubs. You're flying down the alley, jump over that curb, but they didn't make it all the way.
No,
Because
no airborneness.
it took off the bottom of the oil pan.
Wow.
And they pull in, and you could see a trail of oil following to where they
Yeah.
parked.
I'm glad they didn't come through the front window.
Yeah, that's actually, I'm happy that car had brakes to stop.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Looking
and
at the
like-
car, it
Right?
may not have. It may have, like, the curb may have
The guy
prevented
gets
it.
out, and like he's like looking at it, he looks at the trail, he like looks at his friend, and then walks to B-Dubs.
Just walk.
And then he just walked to B-Dubs, and just, I don't know if they
Are
towed the
we
car.
sure,
or
we sure they didn't just come from B-Dubs? Maybe had a little too much
Try,
drug. Well, we
try
better
not
go
to
back
crash
in.
your car into a lawyer's office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And that was the nice thing is they parked right in front of our office. It's supposed to be like parking only for like the businesses of that building.
Yeah.
They parked right in front of our office and dumped 5 quarts of oil in the parking lot, whatever oil remained. And so it's we tried to do our best hazmat repair work,
We
but
tried. Well, we did
Really
our best.
didn't really work. So
Well,
be wary. Don't drive over concrete islands.
To put a quick summary on.
Good luck with that. I want to hear the summary
the
from
whole,
tonight's
yeah, the
show.
whole episode.
By the way, that's your responsibility before you leave.
I was just gonna hit on the
There you
limited
go.
liability company.
Send
I'm thinking that's
Jenny the
that's
summary of
I
this show.
Oh
LLC,
man.
so-
Jenny's been taking notes.
Yeah,
She's been
Jenny-
taking detailed notes. She's like lemon laws,
She's got it.
I'm sorry, she's gone.
running.
She's not watching
She
anymore.
quit.
She quit. Where did we lose you, Jenny?
Yeah.
Where did we lose you?
What did we do?
The minute you said taking notes.
Oh, she was out. I said Beanie Baby. She's like,
What?
what? Are those still worth something?
Tag Beanie Babies in the
Right,
video.
home, start
Hashtag Beanie Babies.
Still.
eBay.
Yeah. But limited liability companies or corporations, I mean, that's pretty common. It's something that I do very regularly, is that I meet with people and we get their Secretary of State LLC filed with the Secretary of State. But then it's the maintenance of that LLC that takes a little bit more time. And that's something that if you have questions about how to maintain that limited liability, that corporate veil, as they call it, that's something I help you with. So, if you have questions, feel free to reach out to us. You can reach me at Isaac at
Not after today, though.
CCSKLaw.com. No, I'll still be available.
you can go to
The
our
internet is a
website,
wonderful thing.
You're not allowed
CCSKLaw.com.
to work on vacation, even though I
I'm not going on vacation. I'm just happy to be out in North Carolina while working.
Ah.
I'm just going to be working in a better climate.
I'm gonna start working in Florida.
I wouldn't blame
Look
you
at
for
the
that.
bankruptcies down there. We'll open CCSK South. I volunteer to
Ooh,
go down and
Miami.
take care of it.
Immigration.
We have
Yes,
CCSK.
we should do it. We'll go down there. We'll
You
do
do?
bankruptcy and immigration in Florida.
I'm
We
down.
don't have to get licensed in Florida. Then we can just stay state.
Yep.
That is a-
So next time you see us, me and Kurt will be
In Florida.
Yeah.
in Florida.
Okay, we're doing it. All right. But this is a good point. We do have CCSK East
Coming online
coming online.
in the next couple of weeks. Yeah.
Yeah. Now,
We'll
what
give
county is
you
that?
further details later.
Yeah, we'll
further
let
details
you in on it.
We're just teasing it today.
Oh, we're just teasing
Just
it.
teasing
it.
Just teasing you.
I did check with our
I think I want to come
friend.
back for more and find out.
She's moving on. She's getting ready to wind up her other position and then joining us
Awesome.
here at the end of the month. So
Great.
excited to be able to serve another part of Indiana.
Tyler, by the way, you can take that 75 degrees and
Nice.
share it, please. I'd like to have some up here.
Push it up
I'm
this
kidding.
way.
I'd like to have it up here.
Oh, you
You're
want it?
bringing
Oh,
it
I'm
back.
going.
Right
Yeah.
here. CCSKLaw.com. Check us out. Let us know if you have
See
any
you
questions.
next week.
Absolutely. Have a good night. Great night. Safe trip.
Yep.
And
Happy
birthday
birthday.
again.
Happy birthday, Jenny.
Oh, it does
Yep.
have that, by the way.
Oh, there we go.
So it does have
It does
like
feel
the
Oh my
popular.
God,
Did you
do
mean
you
to do
want
It
that?
does have
This?
an idiot-proof effect.
Nice.
there.